One of the things that's so special about this castle is that it's in the shape of a triangle. There are 2 towers in the back, as well as 2 in the front, but the 2 in the front are actually closer together, and one of them, well, they both had areas that were cut out in them for defense, that they could shoot arrows and later on guns through, and then it was also where they controlled the drawbridge that was raised up and down. And this castle actually has 2 moats, and one is actually still here. The other one doesn't have any water in it though. There's actually several little doorways, so it makes me wonder if they were a little shorter than. It's really quite interesting. I just walked out into the courtyard, and there's a wedding that's about to go on. So I think I'm going to head over to the old castle now and let these lovely people get married. Looks like it's a long way to Dad's house. This path is taking me through some. Oh, it's really movie-like actually in through here, but he must not like where Dad's house was, so decided to build him another one. And it's just like the movie. There's a bunch of marshes everywhere, so maybe King Edward I came from a different way, because that would be what I would do. Definitely wouldn't want to come through here with 3,000 men. The first ones would have had lawnmowers or something to get through all this stuff. It's pretty thick. I'm glad that they cleared a path back here. I think they're actually doing some excavations now on this, the first castle that John Maxwell built. So let's go check it out. Directly behind me is the first castle's moat, and you can't really tell. You may not be able to tell very well, but it's not as big as the other one. So maybe they moved their household and made a bigger moat so that people couldn't get in. But it's just right over here. Let's check it out.
Now, I did find out that the castle was built around 1220, and in fact was a little prone to flooding, and that's why the Maxwells built the new castle.
Hey, now I'm sitting in what was one of the corner towers here at the original Maxwell Castle that John Maxwell built in the early 13th century. And this was one of the rear corner towers. It was a squared castle, unlike the second one. And this one did have 2 moats, I found out. The second one, or the one that's closer to the castle, was very big. And I don't know if it holds any water because the marshes are grown up and I'm not going in there. But to my left there was a courtyard, and I know that there was at least 2 floors, probably more, considering it was a 13th century castle. And it wasn't as big as the second one that was built, but from the stories that I've heard, that the people that have excavated it said that it was an impressive castle, but it was a square one.
During excavations, they found the only Arabic lettering ever discovered from a Scottish site. They were once part of a vessel which may have been brought to Caerlaverock from Syria as a souvenir from the Crusades.
I missed the 407 bus back to Dumfries, so darn the luck. So I have to catch the 507 bus, and it's about 4:20 right now. So I'm just chilling out, and I told you guys about the first siege of the castle, and I want to tell you about the second one. After the 13th century siege, the castle was just a battered shell, and so the Maxwells regained it after the English and Scotland were buddies again, after they became friends. And then one of the Maxwell descendants rebuilt it, and actually built a little bit more of a fortitude inside. Inside we saw a lot of the extras that were built around the 15th century. And in the 16th century there was another siege, and it was basically the same kind of thing. There was a very few men, but this one lasted a little bit longer, and the English took it over again. I found out that this one was primarily over religion, because the Maxwells back in the day were devout Catholics, and there was a bunch of Reformation and things like that going on, and it wasn't just in England, but it was in England and Scotland. Seeing this castle was probably my most favorite thing that I've done so far, and I'm sad to see it go. I risked that I could stay for a little bit longer, but I've got 2 weeks to go on my trip, and now I'm going to go back to London.